Clefs are important in music because they provide a reference point for determining the pitch of written notes. Without clefs, it would be much more difficult to read and perform music, especially for instruments and voices that have a wide range of pitches.
The use of different clefs, such as the F-clef and C-clef, allows for notes to be written in a smaller range on the staff, making them easier to read and play.
Clefs also help to differentiate between different parts in ensemble music, such as orchestral or choral music, where multiple instruments and voices may be playing or singing simultaneously. Clefs are also an important tool for composers, arrangers, and conductors to notate the music in a clear and distinct way. The F-clef, also known as the bass clef, is used for lower-pitched instruments and voices, such as bass guitar, cello, and bassoon. On the other hand, the C-clef is used for higher-pitched instruments and voices, such as viola, alto saxophone, and mezzo-soprano. The F-clef is placed on the fourth line of the staff, while the C-clef is placed on the third line. The position of the clef symbol on the staff determines the pitch range that can be notated using that clef. Hello and welcome to our lesson on clefs in music. In this video, we will be discussing the importance of clefs in music notation, and how they are used to indicate the pitch of written notes. We will also be going over the different types of clefs, including the F-clef and C-clef, and how they are used for specific instruments and voices. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced musician, this lesson will give you a deeper understanding of the role clefs play in music notation and performance. So sit back, relax, and let's get started on our journey to understanding clefs in music. So, let's get started. In the previous video, we talked about the G clef. Now let's talk about other clefs. First, let's talk about the bass clef. Lower notes, for a pianist's left hand or lower instruments like the cello, are designated with a bass clef or F-clef. This clef looks like a cursive capital F, and its two spots encompass the line that addresses F. You can count different pitches from F or remember them by their situation on the staff. This model shows the bass clef lines and spaces. One method for recalling the lines, GBDFA, may be, Great Big Doves Fly Away. The spaces, ACG, could be, All Cows Eat Grass or All Vehicles Eat Gas. Let's practice. Let's practice another exercise. Identify whether each pair of pitches spans a whole step, W, half step, H, or neither, N. Now let's talk about C-clef. In spite of the fact that music perusing begins with information on the high pitch and bass clefs, you ought to figure out how to peruse the C-clefs too, since they are standard in symphonic and orchestral arrangement scores. A C-clef is a movable clef. Its distinctive shape identifies middle C by the point on the staff at which the two curved lines join together in the middle, as illustrated in this example. Depending on its position, the clef may be called a soprano, mezzo-soprano, alto, tenor, or baritone clef. In modern scores, the alto and tenor clefs, shaded in the example, are the most common, but you may come across the others in older editions. To read these clefs well, practice counting the lines and spaces in thirds, as in the example, then memorize them.
Now let's practice.
First, identify the clef, then write each letter name. Performers read various clefs on the grounds that each relates to the pitches required for a specific instrument or voice type. The higher instruments, like the flute and violin, read treble clef. Lower instruments, like the cello and bass, generally read bass clef, while violas use the alto clef. Pianists read both bass and treble clefs, and bassoonists and cellists read both bass and tenor clefs. In choral scores, the tenor's voice part is often notated using a treble clef with a small 8 beneath it, known as the choral tenor clef. These pitches are read down an octave. Thank you for watching our lesson on clefs in music. We hope that you have a better understanding of the importance of clefs in music notation and how they are used to indicate the pitch of written notes. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about music theory and notation, please let us know and we will be happy to create more content for you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more lessons and tutorials on music. Thanks again for watching and we'll see you in our next video.